the second palace guard, played by
Anthony Miguel.
Once upon a time, there was a miller who had a beautiful daughter. He was always bragging about her. One day, he told the king something that was not true. Then the king said to the girl,
"Your father told me you can spin straw and do glue."
The miller's daughter wanted to say that she could not, but she had never seen a king before, and she was afraid to speak. The king took her to a room where there was a spinning wheel and a pile of straw and said to her,
"Spin this straw and do what's fun on it."
With that, he left the room and locked the door. The miller's daughter began to cry. She did not know what to do, when all of a sudden a little man appeared.
"Why are you crying?" "Because the king gave me all the straw to spin to go by money, and I don't know how." "What will you give me if I spin the straw into gold?" I will give you my necklace." "Ow, take that."
And with that, he spun the straw into gold. The next morning, the king unlocked the door, and the straw was gone. In its place was a heap of gold. He said,
"Whoa, look at this old gold."
So the next night, he led her to another room. This time, the straw stretched from wall to wall and reached the window. And he said to her,
"Spin the straw and you go by money."
and with that, he locked the door and left the room. As soon as the door was locked, the little man appeared again and said,
"Why are you crying this time?" "Because the king gave me all the straw to spin into gold by morning, and I don't know how." "What will you give me if I spin the straw into gold?" "I will give you the ring I'm wearing." "I'll take that."
And with that, he spun the straw into gold.
Ah!
The next morning when the king came, he saw the huge pile of gold, and he was very pleased. He said,
"Whoa, look at this old gold."
so the next night, he led her to a room that was filled with straw that touched the ceiling. This time he said,
"Spin the straw into gold by morning, and you should be my queen."
and he locked the door and left. The little man appeared again.
"Why are you crying this time?" "Because the king gave me all the straw to spin into gold by morning, and I shall be his queen." "What will you give me if I spin the straw into gold?" "I have nothing left to give you." "Then give me your firstborn child, and we will come to queen."
The miller's daughter wanted to become a queen, so she agreed. And the little man began to spin. A few days later, the miller's daughter married the king and became a queen. A whole year went by, and the queen forgot about the little man. Then one day there was great excitement in the palace. A baby had been born. The excitement quickly changed to crying when the little man appeared again.
"Give me that baby." "That baby." "Oh, please don't take our baby. I will give you anything the king promise is a promise.
But the queen held onto the baby so tightly that at last the little man said,
Oh, fine. If you can guess my name in 3 days, you can keep your baby. You get 3 guesses each day.
and then he disappeared. The queen walked the forest all night thinking of names. In the morning, the little man appeared and said,
What are the 3 guesses today? Is it I? No, it is not. Is it casino? No, it is not. Is it Avery? No, it is not.
and then he disappeared. The queen walked the forest all night thinking of more unusual names. And in the morning, the little man appeared again.
What are the 3 guesses today? Is it Melanie? No, it's not. Is it Leah? No, it's not. Is it Rachel? No, it is not.
And then he disappeared. The queen just had to get the name right. She sent for the palace guard.
Palace guards come.
She asked them to ride their horses and search everywhere in the kingdom for someone that had a strange or unusual name.
We can do that.
When they were riding through the forest, they heard someone singing. They stopped and listened. As they got closer, they saw a little man dancing around a fire. He was singing to himself,
Tonight I bake, tomorrow I brew, other clever things that I can do. Soon a baby I will claim. Rumplestiltskin is my name. We got it.
the palace guards quickly rode back to the palace to tell the queen. They whispered the name into her ear. She said,
I've got it.
The next morning, the little man appeared again.
What are the 3 guesses today? Is it peanut butter and jelly? No, it is. Is it Sonia? No, it's not. Well then, could it be Rumplestiltskin?
He was so angry that he stomped his feet on the floor and said,
She guessed my name! She guessed my name! Oh no!
he had made a promise and he had to keep it. And the royal family lived happily ever after.
Pretty darn cute.